Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Universe. I am Aaron St. Denis. You can find me on Twitter at FFMadScientist, joined today by Jeremy Shulman at FF_Rebel. We are here today continuing on the Sneak Peek series. This one is Florida State quarterback Jordan Travis. So let's get right into it so we can all get back to watching the Underwear Olympics. Good times, good times. All right. 3-star prospect out of Benjamin School in North Palm Beach, Florida. There's some of these schools and cities where it's just like, that sounds like a nice place. Yeah. Maybe it's just that I'm in Canada and I'm freezing my ass off and sick, but North Palm Beach, Florida seems like somewhere I'd like to be right now. I don't know anything about it, but it's got palm and beach in the same word. I'm good. Let's go to Palm Beach, Florida. Originally, Travis committed to Louisville, but after one season, he transferred to Florida State. I should mention, I believe this one was written by SC. If you want the full write-up, head over to fantasyfootballuniverse.com for Travis or any of the other top 130 or so prospects. In 2021, he would see action in 10 games for the first time in his collegiate career. This was also his fourth season in college. In 2021, he had 62.9% completion percentage for 1,539 yards and 530 rushing yards. The following year would become his best season. Travis had a 64% completion rate, threw for 3,214 yards with 417 yards on the ground. I'm struggling. COVID, guys. Just bear with me. His final season at Florida State was looking great. Honestly, he was in the Heisman talk for SC. However, he ended up breaking his leg towards the end of the season. The team was not the same after he went down. Before the injury, he threw for 27.56 through the air with a 63.9% completion percentage. What really jumped out to you on Jordan Travis, who's pretty far down the board? I think I have him as QB 9 in this class, maybe. He's top 10, but
yeah, I haven't counted how far down Jordan Travis is. Look, it's the mobility, right? He's got, if you want to hang your hat on something that Jordan Travis does really well, is when he escapes the pocket, which he has a pretty good sense of when that's breaking down, because in Florida State, it was breaking down a ton. When he's outside of the pocket, he had kind of a Russell Wilson, like an early Russell Wilson-esque feel to him. He was surprisingly accurate on the run because he's not super accurate when he's in the pocket. And he looked good. He was very elusive out there, and he could extend plays really well. So that's what I think Travis does well. The problem is kind of everything else.
Yeah, well, you never know with these quarterbacks. Nobody saw anything out of Brock Purdy, and then we had that one draft where all the quarterbacks went high and they were all busts. So I would say the best thing I noticed out of Jordan Travis is that he's not Zach Wilson, so I guess count it as a win. He is 6'1", 212 pounds, not tiny, not big, just kind of there. Redshirt senior, 23 years old. There was some of these ages because of COVID are crazy. There was a 26-year-old. I was looking through the D lineman yesterday, and I was like, okay, that's got to be a misprint. I looked at it again. He's 26 and a half years old, spent 6 years in college, going into the NFL. Going to be retiring. He's on the Velus Jones plan. So scouting report, strengths. His playmaking ability, agile footwork, and athleticism allow him to extend the play. Precision throws, accurately hitting his receivers on the money. Calm and collected, stands with confidence in the pocket. A strong IQ, reads the defenses well and goes through his reads effectively. Has the velocity to hit his receiver with zip on a slant route by getting the ball out quickly, and a dual threat quarterback. I think that's what you're going to say. That was his best asset for you, dual threat?
Yeah, by far. I think, his running ability, he runs with power. He's also quite elusive and has a number of different moves when he's out in the open field. So that was really a plus. I also like how he was able to keep his eyes downfield as he was moving outside of the pocket and extending plays. So yeah, for me, that was by far, his strength.
Yeah, we fantasy football community, we love ourselves some dual threat QBs. So that means that even though he probably isn't a very good quarterback, someone's going to be drafting Travis in one of your rookie drafts. It may be in the 5th round, but we'll get to the weaknesses here. Struggles in accuracy on deep throws. He cannot hit the receivers in tight windows. Does not lead his receivers with the pass. He waits for them to get open and then throws a bullet instead of leading them. Not great. His decision making, plays hero ball at times, leading to bad decision and causing turnovers. So he struggles with deep ball accuracy, plays hero ball, and he's primarily a rushing quarterback. And Josh Allen, what is your biggest weakness here?
Yeah, it's that decision making. He's not really progressing through his reads too often. And because he has that dual threat ability, he's a bit more inclined to run the ball if the first read isn't open. You would hope that he would just kind of tuck it and run, but really it's that idea of hero ball. He's throwing up YOLO balls, and he's got Johnny the Albatross Wilson and Keon Coleman there, who's coming down with ridiculous one-handed snags all the time. So he's got plenty of weapons who bail him out a lot on his tape. And he really just, he's not going to get away with that at the next level. That's for sure.
I don't think I've ever heard Johnny Wilson referred to in that manner. That was interesting.
Well, let's publicize that one, because it's a fantastic nickname. The guy's wingspan is ridiculous.
SC has him going in round 6 towards the end of day 3 to the Miami Dolphins. Where do you see him going in round and in destination?
Yeah, to be honest, that's a great spot because, as we know, Tua is a serviceable NFL quarterback, but he's nothing. He hasn't shown any special traits. That's a place where Jordan Travis could learn and potentially grow. I don't think that it really matters. This is a career backup in my eyes. I don't think it really matters where he ends up going. His goal is going to be to carve out a role and stick on an NFL team. But if he can land somewhere where, maybe the quarterback situation in a year or two is a little bit up in the air, and he can, take that time to develop in Miami in a good system, he has the potential to see starter reps, and then it's just going to be what can he do with it. But this isn't a guy who's going to come in and wow his team day one and take over the starting role a la Russell Wilson, right? I don't think that's in his in the realm of outcomes for Jordan Travis here.
I have 2 scenarios. My top one would be round 7-ish to the Vikings, where he can sit behind Kirk Cousins for a year or 2 or however long, and then maybe eventually get a shot. My other would be in round 4 to the Raiders, where he's going to start from week 1, because that's what the Raiders do. So that's not me saying he deserves to go in round 4 3 rounds earlier. That's me saying Raiders going to Raider. So I think he needs to go sit somewhere as a backup, because I think he's likely a backup. So not all that high on him. He has some positive characteristics, but a lot of negatives here. So I
just will say one thing in his favor. I mean, and it may be as a result of him, but it's not totally clear that it is that FSU system was a lot of play action, quick read, quick hitters, screens out wide to kind of stretch the field horizontally. So, is that because of the limitations of the quarterback? Probably. But is it possible it's just the scheme, and he can, show a little bit of something at the combine and progress? That's possible, but the decision making really needs to step up.
That's kind of the situation. You're like a lower end JJ McCarthy. Did they not let JJ McCarthy throw because that's just the system, or is the system that way because JJ McCarthy can't throw? So you got to kind of decide for yourself. It's open to interpretation. But that concludes a quick recap here of Jordan Travis, quarterback out of Florida State. Not a whole lot to say here. He's going to be a late round rookie pick, if at all. Same with the NFL draft. He'll be a late day 3 pick, if at all. So I don't really think there's any need to go too much deeper. This one is not going to be a big difference maker in your draft. If this is the prize you come away in your rookie draft, you're probably having a problem. So no need to go much deeper here. Thank you everyone for tuning in. You can get the full write-up over at fantasyfootballuniverse.com, or check back tomorrow for the next player in our series. For Aaron and Jeremy, thank you all for tuning in. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.